So one fantastic parallel that a Lutheran drew was that in the planet Earth of the creation, God like breathed the air into it, and that's how like people were made. And then when Jesus came back from the dead, the first thing he did, he's like received the Holy Ghost, and then he breathed on the disciples. So then those are two breaths that are in homeostasis, where you don't need two detriments. And so with that being said, you can not need two detriments to have a solution. So just as you were born from a mother, it's spectacular that Jesus was born from a mother and didn't have a classical notion of how a birthing would be, mainly not from a father fornicating with a mother to have a birth. And I only mention that, as grotesque as it may seem, in order to be infinity clear on one thing: what a healthing prescription would mean. And being healthy, your body is a vessel, and then it works to out something. If you swallow poison, you have to throw it up. And how much of it is thrown up? Well, you want to get all of it out would be the perfect way of getting fully cured. And in order to do that, and having every single cell be in unison, mainly not under the pressure of a poison, because poisons are really sharp when they're inside you. That's how the detriment of bitterness is it is sharp. That's when sharp cheddar cheese, it's kind of bitter. And so in balancing it out, like this old lady said, her family, how they all get arthritis. And the son says, we all get arthritis. And then she's like, no, it's just because we've got bad hearts. So she's trying to find the equivalence of why something might be a detriment. So it's like how pumps work. The input and output are important. And so also when your body is in a homeostasis, it works to find one if it isn't in it. And so by finding like how Jesus kept saying like heal everyone and put like your hands on people who are sick, it was because like through him that healing of like the spectacular way, you don't have to find a second bad thing to find the reason for the first in homeostasis, because he's got it covered by not having a classical birth of a male and then the female. So in that per se, it's like that's what the main goal. So they always say it's a small world if you bump into someone you know, but what if the world isn't big enough? This is the case of not judging the harvest, but knowing the importance of the seeds that are planted. In the consciousness and the mind, it's bigger things, and that's hard to grasp around. Except like Mandela said, you can like put me in prison, but you can't capture my mind. What would that envelope if it were a decoherence pattern in a consensus? When everyone's together in like an arena or any gathering of people, there's always a transcendental feeling. That was told by a psychologist in Milwaukee.